We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. I appreciate y'all pulling up. Y'all already know how I feel about y'all. The love is here. It's so sincere. It's debonair. All of those things. I don't have bars. I'm here with my man, the business bully, today. I got Dave Anderson with me in the building today. We're going to check out some stories. We're going to talk. We're going to chop it up. A lot of y'all don't know that this brother is one of my mentors. He's one of my coaches. And what he says is law. I promise you. Go Google Dave Anderson, the business bully, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not gassing this brother up. He's smart as hell. Hey, what's going on, brother? Welcome, man.
Thank you for having me, good brother. And I do appreciate that intro. The check is in the mail.
See, that's how they go. It's that simple. Hold on one second. I was finishing. I'm so daggone unprofessional. I was in the middle of sending the text.
We gonna text while streaming.
Yeah, I text by. I'm a professional streamer. This is what I do.
What you do?
This is what I do. Hey, man. First of all, thank you for joining me this morning on the live stream.
Yes, sir.
Been seeing your videos all over the internet. All like they've been going viral on X. They've been going viral on YouTube. They've been going viral on Instagram. You kick knowledge, man. What's when it comes to this state of politics, state of pop culture?
Yeah.
What's on your mind, bro? What information you want the people to have?
I think those who are smart understand the importance of having representation and tangible options on both sides of the aisle. Black people tend to vote one way 80 to 90% of the time. And so what happens is, if I know for a fact that I'm going to clap cheeks at the end of the night, there's no incentive for me to take you to any place nice. I'm clapping cheeks. And that's what the Democrats have been doing to the Black community. They've been clapping our cheeks, busting it wide open, laying it low and spreading it wide for the past 60 years. And because the Republicans know that the majority of Black folks are going to vote Democrat, they don't really try to put forth a whole lot of initiatives. That's starting to change. And I think we need to be a lot more vocal on what we demand from a representative government, regardless of who goes in there. The other thing that I think is extremely important is for us to realize that the one thing economically that has happened in the Black community over the past 60 years is a downturn in entrepreneurship, a downturn in cooperative group economics. And I think one of the things that we need to do is be very clear on the importance of having an economic power base so that we can start buying these politicians like every other minority and special interest group. Now, as far as the general electorate is concerned, I think that eggs need to come down. I think that money needs to come up. And I think that anybody who's just sitting around running that mouth and not doing anything substantial is about to catch a bad one on this here live stream. So let's get into it.
Let me tell y'all something. Y'all about to catch some smoke. I know last night, if y'all did not see the live stream that I did on Jasmine Crockett, who I still listen. Jasmine, listen to me, sweetheart. I still think you're a cutie pie with the extra lashes, with the little wig, with the little curled barber part like Mika's always talking about. Yeah, that's Mika. Mika want to smoke with you. I don't want to smoke with you. But I will say this. What he's talking about is absolutely the truth. The Democrats, they don't offer us anything. They sell us a bill of goods. They'll give us something to shut our mouths.
Right.
As a matter of fact, yeah, they give us something to shut our mouths, but they don't have to earn our vote anymore. They already know. Only thing they got to do is, give it to us dirty, go wash it off in the sink and go home. And we're going to vote for them the next time we come around because that's how they go.
Yeah.
Like, only thing they need is a bird bath. They know that the Democrats, all they want is to get their cheeks clapped. We don't need any special anything. We just know that if we don't vote for vote for Democrats, that we're going to be chastised by people that look like us.
Right.
And then we're going to go home feeling sad. I know Dave Anderson, bro, don't you feel sad that you are not a Democratic shield?
No, because I read and I pay attention, man. And the truth of the matter is, and again, I got to be full transparency. I have not worked for anybody for the better part of almost 15 years now. So I have the luxury of being unbought and unbossed. You can't shame me out my job. You can't cancel me, out of anything, because I'm not dependent on nobody but me and my God. And so I have the ability to speak freely. A lot of people don't, because they're worried about what other people think. They're worried about what's going to happen around there. And again, I've always been an outsider, so I'm not really worried about what somebody thinks about me, because if you're not feeding, freaking, or financing me, we have nothing to discuss.
I say what? What's the 3 F's again?
Feeding, freaking, and financing me. And of course, let's face it, the freaking is just because I don't want you to get a strike, but we all know what it is. And Mrs. Anderson ain't leaving her position. So again, your opinion, like, it don't mean nothing to me. I'm voting my interest, and Black people need to realize that our vote is up for grabs. I'm not saying go put on a red hat and start going complete MAGA and people don't just out there, Elon. No, what I am saying is, if somebody is coming to the table and they're willing to sit down with you and say, this is what I'm going to do for you, then it's worth the conversation. My vote is up for grabs. You got something I want from my representative government, then guess what? You won't get that vote, because let's face it, everybody's corrupt. Everybody's in this to get the money that they can get. Every elected official, including the Democrats. I know y'all think the Democrats are just poor people doing it out of the goodness of their heart.
Hell nah.
The United Way CEO makes $1.8 million a year giving out other people's money. So don't be a sucker. They're going to get their kickbacks. They're going to get their lobby money. They're going to get their payoffs. And if that's the case, cool. Then let's go buy them too. Let's put our money into getting what we need.
Dave Anderson, everybody.
Thank you.
He's here every Wednesday, everybody.
We
got some Jasmine Crockett at the Breakfast Club. You familiar with the Breakfast Club? I'm sure you know a lot of these people.
Yeah, Charlamagne and I are good friends. I've done the Breakfast Club 4 or 5 times.
You've been on the Breakfast Club 4 or 5. You said Charlamagne and you, man. We need to try to get him on the show so I can cook him. No, I ain't cooking nobody, bro. I ain't cooking nobody. That's why I don't do debates. Lisa Marie says she just now subbed to your channel, big dog.
Thank you, Lisa
Make sure everybody do.
Thank you for the subscribes. I need them. I'm a lowly man over here. They're trying to shut me out because people don't like, monosyllabic words and whatnot. And so I be trying to try to sound intelligible, like T.I. with a thesaurus on a coke bench. So
T.I. sound like a nigga that was locked up for like 7 years.
Don't he sound like that whole Negro?
Came up with big words.
You've been exacerbating the situation instead of ameliorating it, partner.
Hey, bro, let's go ahead and run this clip, man. I'm dying to hear what you got to say, man. Hey, man, y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments below. And don't forget to hit the like button, gang. That's the only price of admission for our live streams, is to simply hit the like button. And if you're feeling extra generous, consider sharing this video on Reddit, LinkedIn, Facebook group, and X. And you share it by hitting the share button below the video, copying the link, and just start Control V. You know what I mean? Pasting it everywhere. And if y'all see any other channels doing it, doing things bigger than LFR Family are doing, you let me know as well so I can step my game up. All right, let's get to it.
And if we continue to put people into office, and that even means some of our skinfolk who definitely are not our kinfolk, such as Byron Donalds, who are going to continue to say that, the fact that you sitting around talking about life was better under Jim Crow, is this because you don't understand history? Or literally it's because you married a white woman and so you think that whitewashed you? I'm not really sure what it is.
Well, but I need to be married to a white woman under Jim
Correct.
Crow.
Correct. And it took Joy to call him out. So I'm like, bro, like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you saying? Like, he just out here, you know, I feel like they give him his talking points and he's like, yes, massa, I got it.
Can I? Can I?
Have at it, sir.
Let's deal with this thought pocket, Jasmine Crockett.
I'm sorry, what you call her?
She's a thought pocket, fan. Like, because here's the thing, right? I'm a huge comic book fan. You know this. You know, like I love comic. Iron Man's on my wall. Like, I love comic books, right? One of the things that I really love is going to conventions and cosplaying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look, Van, I got my Thanos double sword. Like, I get it. But my whole thing is, you grew up real privileged, right? And cute little Jazzy. She, you know, she played tennis and she has, you know, parents with a real good marriage, you know. And before she got elected, Boo Boo Cakes was speaking very properly, putting the INGs on the ends of her words. I never heard her pull out any expletives, but all of a sudden she decided to thought it up because she thought that that's the way to speak to us. The same way that Kamala Debbie Harris, the alleged black woman, said that she's going to help black men out by creating a plan where we can sell weed. Because, you know, all of us sell weed. I didn't get my weed starter kit at the government office, but apparently I was late that day. But she literally just lied on a platform that reaches 30 million people in audience every single day. And Mark Twain said a lie is going to go around the world before the truth has a chance to tie his shoes.
Go ahead. Preach, bro.
Byron Donalds, who is married to a white woman, that's his prerogative. You know, you're married to a black woman, I'm married to a black woman, right? He did not say that life for black people was better under Jim Crow. What he said was a statistical fact that despite the horrors of legalized segregation and systemic oppression, that black families were more intact. Now, if you don't believe him, God rest her soul, but my 89-year-old grandmother said out of all of her children, and she had like 8, 9 of them, she was popping them out. Her and my grandfather got busy.
Man, they used to pump and sweat back in the day, man. Pumping and sweating was a sport.
It really was. And my grandmother was Kobe Bryant. Like, she wasn't Jordan, but she's in the conversation. You understand what I'm saying to you? She said, because your mother was an emergency birth, she was the only one of my children born in a white hospital. All of your aunts and uncles were born in black hospitals under black doctors. We knew our butchers, we knew our accountants, we knew our veterinarians. We did not have to leave our community for absolutely anything. She said, my children went out here and got dogs sicked on them, hoses poured on them. And you know what they got for it? Horrible food at somebody's lunch counter that didn't want them there in the first place. Why are you going to want to have somebody cook for you that wants you to die? I don't understand that logic. All of the black hotels, with very few exceptions, gone. All of the black power infrastructure, gone. The black family was the most intact family in America up until about 1970, 2 years after King's assassination. So Byron Donalds is right from a statistical perspective. He automatically acknowledged systemic racism and all that good stuff, but she wants to get on here and get sensational because she knows, like I know, that the majority of the hood electorate is not going to go and research it. They're going to take her at her word. But my question to you and anybody in this audience is, can you point to anything substantive that Jasmine Crockett has done for black people other than cosplay as Twerkle's the Wonder Thought every time she gets a microphone in front of her face? You can't. She has advocated for things like the John Lewis bill. She's advocated for the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, which still is not law. She's advocated and spoken about things, and she's cursed a whole bunch, but there's nothing substantive she has done in order to move black people forward. And the truth of the matter is, she knows, like I know, that she doesn't have to, because Jasmine Thought Crockett doesn't have to do anything but show up. And y'all gonna love her for it. How do you, if things are, Van, I need to understand this. If things are so bad, bro, if things are so dire for black people, and I'm not saying that they're not, but I'm not an elected official. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business coach. I'm a speaker. I'm a 22-time best-selling author. I'm not an elected official. If things are so bad for black people, how do you have time to take your aids, not acquired immune deficiency syndrome, the aids that help you in your office, and recreate the Super Bowl halftime show dance with your tongue out and your wig flapping in the wind? if you're trying to stop Donald Trump from all the bad things that he's doing, because apparently he's setting up the gas chambers, right? Isn't that what he's doing? She done called this man Hitler and every daggone thing else. If things are so dire, how do you got time to make skits like you're a guest star in SNL? How you got time to be out here cutting promos like you're Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, and we're going up against WrestleMania 41? How do you have time to do this, boo-boo cakes? How do you have time to put on 46.5-foot lashes on that cockeye you got? But you don't have time to address the fact that the majority of densely populated Black neighborhoods are food deserts. You don't have time to address the fact that there is not one kid in Baltimore City schools that is reading at grade level. How do you not have time to address the fact that the Biden administration for 4 years promised that they were going to stop the digital deserts of lack of broadband in densely populated Black and minority neighborhoods, and they lost $42 billion and did not lay an inch of fiber optic coil? There wasn't even a dial-up. You couldn't even go, welcome, you got mail. So how you got time, boo-boo? I'm trying to understand. And by the way, Byron Donalds is married. Where's your husband? Where is he? Oh, that's right, because ain't no real straight heterosexual man going to put up with that amount of jaw jacket. And that's not from me. That's from God himself. A man would rather live in the corner of his house than be in a marriage with a quarrelsome woman. So please, tell me how you got time for all this, baby girl. How are you serving the people? By putting on extra tight white suits like you're Janet Jackson at a Rhythm Nation celebration party? What are you doing? You look ridiculous. You look like you're wearing these pantsuits that you're wearing. You look like a cosplaying gender bent Malcolm X before he converted to Islam. How do you have time for all of this if Black people are up against the worst time in history? You ain't got one bill passed into law that's supposed to benefit Black people. We still talking about the Voting Rights Act? We still talking about this? Oh, but you sure enough have time to say this. Now, Van, and I know, okay, full disclosure. I am a scholar. I am a college professor. All of that is true. But I don't think you need a quote unquote degree to figure out that this is the dumbest thing any thought has ever said in the past 6 weeks. And it's this: it is not a crime to enter this country illegally. And she said it like that. It's not a crime. How is it not a crime if it's illegal? It can be a misdemeanor. They might charge you civilly, but it's illegal. And you know what's funny? The president said, whether you are here and you're a productive member of society, whether you are here and you are paying into the system, you're still in this country illegally. That is a crime, and I'm going to deport you. Wait, excuse me. When I say the president, let me clarify. I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm not talking about Joe Biden. I'm talking about Obama. Obama, you know, the dude who made those cages that y'all say that Trump uses to separate people from their families. Obama, the one they call deporter in chief. Obama. You do realize that the guy who is now the border czar was appointed by Obama. So I'm still trying to figure out, wannabe Janet, you know, polythought pocket, what have you done for Black people lately? Ooh, yeah.
Did you end it with a note from what have you done for me lately?
Sure did.
Yo, I think I might have had the. I didn't know that you was cooking like you. Like when I said that you was about to cook Jasmine Crockett, I didn't know that you was about to get me potentially canceled from Jasmine Crockett seeing this and reporting that this brother is going in on her so daggone hard.
Oh, I'm sorry, Fan. I forgot one thing, and then I'm gonna let you have your show back. I promise you. I have a question for you. Mathematically, and I'm not talking about Nancy Pelosi because she's been at this since my mama was in diapers. Apparently, like her and Morgan Freeman, you know, was on the same plantation, just not in the same area. But my question is, How is it if you're making $170,000 a year that you have a net worth of $9.3 million, Jasmine? Can you explain where that money come from? Where's the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money How you getting this money, boo-boo? Whose pocket are you in? I'm trying to understand. How do you jump from $170,000 base salary? Because you're not Angel Reese. You're not Serena Williams. I'm trying to understand where the other 9.2 million is coming from. Oh, because you're just as corrupt as the Republicans you swear to hate. You're just as on the take as the rest of you politicians. And I didn't need to go to school and study political science to figure that out. I saw that in 1993 when Eddie Murphy did The Distinguished Gentleman and realized that everybody on both sides of the aisle is getting to the money. And I don't mind you getting to the money, but you can't act like you're helping black people because you ain't done nothing but set black women back 40 years with your thought-tastical rants, your cursing, and your unladylike behavior. I have 2 daughters, and I would never in good conscience purposely let them watch you as an example. I'd rather listen to Maxine Waters get up there with her multi-million-dollar behind who ain't done nothing for the people of Compton than have my children be subjected to the thought-tastical nonsense you bring. Now, somebody's telling me why I'm telling lies.
You know what's wild? So here's the thing, Dave. And brother, I am usually so talkative. You cannot shut me up. I always got something to say. Now, I don't mind shutting the hell up. Do your thing, brother. Did you call her thought-tastical?
Yeah, she's thought-tastical.
Where in the hell you come up with a thought-tastical?
It came to me because like I have a vision of her in my head. You know what I'm saying? And then when I see her and I see the lashes, like, I mean, because there's a bald snuffleupagus running around on Sesame Street right now because they don't have their lashes. Hi, bird.
Somebody
said, what happened?
Yeah, somebody said in the chat yesterday that she got woolly caterpillar eyelashes. Like, and I've never seen a woolly caterpillar, but I envisioned a woolly caterpillar when I saw her lashes are something else, man.
Listen, feeding them things gotta be expensive, bro. Like, what do they eat? Thongs? Like, what do her like? How do you feed them lashes? And then, can you imagine how bad that wig smell? Because it ain't moved. She got the Drake swoop. You see it right here. You know how Drake used to get the little heart cut in the thing and it would swoop up like this. Like, you know, the smell from under that wig. But again, you're going to talk about a man who's married, who's running for governor, and ain't nobody stepped up and said, even Oprah, and we all know. Oh, Stedman's still claiming Oprah. Who's claiming you, boo boo? Do you got one of these? do you have a ring, baby? Baby, do you have a brass ring? Is there anybody, hitting you with the, see, first of all, I know these Democrats, they wouldn't tell you this, but I'm going to be real and call your ass a thought. Don't nobody want you. You're despicable, boo-boo. But you're running around because you're realizing, okay, Kamala Harris was so horrible when it came to relating to black people that you're just going to go the other way. So we've literally gone from Bryant Gumbel to sexy red with legislation. And that's not to disparage the young lady who is sexy red. Because I expect weed smoke, bad weave, and horrible language from our 23-year-old rapper. I do not expect it from a duly elected representative. I need answers. Can somebody in the comments explain to me what Jasmine Crockett has done that's substantive? Can y'all justify the comment she made on the Breakfast Club? I'm just trying to understand. We do take all likes and super chats, and please subscribe. And my channel is horrible. I don't have the audience that Van has, because people don't want to have this level of truth and accountability. But if you could find it in your heart to hit me with a subscribe, it is the Business Bully on all social media platforms. I would truly appreciate it. But I'm just trying to understand, man. I'm confused, bro. I'm trying.
Brother,
I want to know how we got here.
I have a question for you, man.
Sure.
Who do you think is the next big? Who do you think the voice of the Democrat Party is? Because I believe that they're extremely confused right now. I heard on the show with Andrew Schultz and Charlemagne the God, where Charlemagne was like, nobody wants to even, I don't know, relate to, like, say that they're Democrats anymore because they have no voice. You got Hakeem Jeffries, you got AOC, and you got Jasmine Crockett. Those are the big, and and the big one, the OG, Chuck Schumer. And the three that I named, the younger people, they're trying to get Chuck Schumer up out of there because they're trying to take over. They're trying to bring that youthfulness back into it. So again, who do you think is the voice of the Democratic Party now? I thought it would be Kamala.
Nah, because the thing about Kamala is, again, she's an old school thought. Kamala's an old school thought. Respectfully, let's just call it what it is.
You can't say respectfully after calling somebody an old school thought, bro.
Okay, so again, so thought is an acronym. Let me land my plane. I'm going to prove it to you systemically. Thought is an acronym. It stands for that over there, right? There are clips of her with Slick Willie Brown where they said, "Are you her daughter? Are you his daughter?" And she says, "No, I'm not." You know what she was? She was that over there, right? When she was on the red carpet with Montel Williams, welcome, 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 welcome. And they was like, "What's her name?" And Montel said, "Kamala, Kamala Harris." You know what she was? That over there. And because it was over 30 years ago, that's considered old school thought. You're welcome. But no, to answer your question.
Hold on. And also Dougie back, shout out to Mika, who Mika called him backhand Dougie because he be slapping the hoe. Like he put some hands on you.
Backhand Dougie is legendary. Mika, yo. Chef's kiss on that. That was legendary. So here's who I think is going to take, who has the possibility of taking the Democratic Party to the next level if they're smart. And we all know the Republicans are the party of bad ideas. The Democrats are the party of no ideas. But if I were them, Wes Moore is a star. Governor of Maryland, star, right? The reason that Kamala Harris lost wasn't just the stupidity of the whole Megan Thee Stallion, Migos and Beyonce walking up there for 4 minutes. That wasn't why she lost. She lost because she had a vice presidential candidate named Tampon Tim. And see, when women Democrats decide to run for president, they have to have a Tim. Every time anybody, even in superheroes, whenever there's a Tim, there's a problem. Tim Drake is the least like Robin. Do you remember Hillary Clinton's running mate? Tim Kaine. You forgot about Tim Kaine. You want to know why? Because he's forgettable.
He's very forgettable.
Every way. But Tampon Tim, he's not, he's nothing but a number two. He's paint drying. He's the guy you get when there's nobody else to sleep with, but your biological clock is ticking and you're tired of your grandmama asking when you gonna come home, get married, and make some babies. That's when you get Tim. Right? So the person that could have gotten Kamala elected and gotten Trump out of the White House, Josh Shapiro, aka Jewish Obama. He's a star. I live in Pennsylvania. You can say whatever you want about him. Like he's helping the mayor of Philadelphia clean up the streets.
Some people wanted Buttigieg to be it. I mean, what's his name? Buttigieg?
Pete Buttigieg?
Buttigieg.
Isn't it Buttigieg? Buttigieg.
Oh man.
Mayor Pete. Can't nobody say that last name. Pete Buttigieg. The problem with Pete Buttigieg, so you're going to get a woman and a Rainbow Alphabet Mafia member on the same ticket, and you think Middle America's going to rock with that? You think the Bible Belt's going to rock with that? No. Immediately, no. Not to mention, wasn't he transportation secretary? What did he get done? Do we still not have traffic jams? Is your bus on time? What did he do, bro? What did Mayor Booty do? What did Booty do? You can't tell me what Mayor Booty did. So no, Josh Shapiro, right? I know they want Gavin Newsom, but Gavin Newsom started off his California political career saying that he was going to eradicate homelessness, and homelessness is at an all-time high in California.
Okay.
So he's out of it. I know he's got great hair, and Asocion Hostin said that he's so good to look at. Yeah, because you know your husband's looking at RICO charges, so you're looking for who's next. But I digress. So it's not going to be Gavin Newsom. I think Wes Moore. I think Josh Shapiro.
I don't know. Gavin Newsom just now started a podcast, bro. And you know, podcast is the thing.
Sure.
And Michelle Obama, Big Mike, just now started a podcast too.
First of all, we're not going to slander our forever first lady, are we?
I still don't call her. I'll just call her Big Mike for fun now.
No, I'm gonna tell you something. My wife was like, "Why did they take that? Why did they take the hair off?" Because she saw the thumbnail of the Michelle Obama podcast. She's like, "Why did they take a thumbnail and then take her hair off and then take the makeup off?" I said, "No, baby, that's her brother." She was like, "Oh." So
let me tell you something. I used to look at her back, man. I used to look
why
and
you
be
doing
like,
this?
bro, that's a huge damn back on a lady. And she always had nice back pockets. She always had nice back pockets. But when people started sharing that video around where she was dancing and it looked like she had, you know, she had a couple of plantains down there between her legs.
Bro, they doctored that video. I saw the original video. I ain't seen no plantain.
Listen, the video, I seen the video. She was dancing. She had on a dress, and it looked like she had a plantain and 2 lemons down there. And she was just, I'm like, okay, is that Magic Mike? Or is that?
I'm not doing this with you, sir. I refuse to do this with you. But I'm gonna tell you this: Michelle Obama's crime right now is being absolutely boring. Because that podcast is boring. Gavin Newsom is getting cooked on his own show.
I'm sorry, what?
Gavin Newsom is getting cooked on his own show.
By who? What happened?
Charlie Kirk cooked him. Like everybody's cooking this dude.
For real?
Yeah, because Gavin Newsom said, you know, I don't know where Latinx came from. I don't even know. Nobody says that. And then people were running the tapes of him saying Latinx. So that kind of went out there. Like a lot of people don't remember that the internet is forever. And so when you say crazy things, yeah, bro, nobody wants that dude, bro. Gavin Newsom is this generation's Howard Dean. He is one away from never being taken seriously as a presidential candidate. If you put Gavin Newsom up there, look at how deep the bench goes for the Republicans right now. You know.
Oh man, let me tell you something. The Avengers, but go ahead.
No, I mean Vivek. You know,
what happened to Vivek, man?
Vivek left Doge and said, "I'm going to go run for governor of Ohio because I'm smart."
All right, wait. Before you go into the bench, hold on. Before you go into the bench of the Republican Party, I do want to play that clip that you're talking about of Charlie Kirk and Gavin Newsom going in. Guys, if y'all have not hit the like button already, please do so. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. I appreciate you guys being here. Also, shout to Agent Jeremy who read Kamala kept people in prison in California to use them as slave labor to fight wildfires. She can F off. Also, thank you, Agent Jeremy. Also, American Man, the Blats do emotional politics only. No logic. All right, so thank you guys for the super chats. I really appreciate it. Don't forget, guys, hit that like button and also hang around to the end because I want y'all to really understand who I'm sitting next to right now. I do realize that Dave Anderson is cooking all of these people, that all these liars in politics. But this brother, he has a lot of value to bring to the table. I want to just introduce him to y'all right. I don't think I have had the opportunity to do so. So hang out to the end. We won't be here for long, but here's the clip he was talking about with Charlie Kirk and Gavin Newsom.
By the way, not one person ever in my office has ever used the word Latinx.
So can we finally put that to bed?
Yeah,
we agree.
where did that even?
No more Latinx,
like,
everybody.
Well, I just didn't even know where it came from. I'm like, what are people talking about?
But there was a person who used Latinx. It was actually a really important person. It was him.
right?
Yeah, that's right. And look, these aren't minor shifts. These are progressive issues that Gavin Newsom used to champion until fairly recently. And now he's not just walking away from them. He's sort of acting like they were never legitimate with that clip talking about Latinx in the first place. But let's take Latinx. We did find somebody who used it repeatedly in his office. Let's take a listen to this.
I hope we can really paint a picture in terms of our consciousness of how impactful this has been on the Latinx community. The Latinx and Black communities. You've got politicians that are banning not assault rifles, but the word Latinx. They're not even serious. By the way, not one person ever in my office has ever used the word Latinx.
So can we finally put that?
Come on, bruh. Ain't no way in the goddamn world that he did not believe that somebody will pull right after why would he even say it? The brother do know that the internet be interneting, right?
Well, here's what I think you're missing, bro. Unseasoned McConaughey is so caught up in his own
Did
BS.
you call him unseasoned McConaughey?
He is mayonnaise McConaughey. He's all left. Instead of being all right. He's unseasoned McConaughey. Nobody wants this dude. He's just McConaughey enough. He's like those TikTokers that kind of look like your favorite celebrity, but aren't your favorite celebrity. They don't have the Oscar, they don't have the talent, they don't have the skill, they don't even have an even 10. He's red, but his nose is white like he's a Baywatch extra, bro.
Oh, wow.
Like, this dude, like, bro, have you been to California? You want to talk about S-hole countries? Let's talk about an S-hole state. Okay.
Wow.
Bro, take Hollywood off the table, get rid of Calabasas, forget Encino and Bel Air. The rest of California looks like Skid Row. You could literally do a live 2, 3, 4 off-Broadway version of Rent and not have to worry about homeless people because there's plenty there. But you know what they did have? A bunch of illegals getting paid.
A lot of them.
And I know people don't like to use words like illegal or bum or homeless. Let's call them migrants. No, I'm calling them illegals because they're illegals. And I know you can't even say homeless anymore. Did you not know this? Apparently, the woke people have said that you can't say homeless. They're unhoused. You're homeless. When I was homeless, I was homeless. I didn't go, I'm unhoused. I was a homeless bum. And I had to figure it the hell out because guess who wasn't helping me? Gavin Newsom. Even though that's what he ran on. Now he thinks he's going to run his way to the White House because no. Immediately. But you know, when they did a list, I don't know if you saw this or not, there was a poll of who would be the most viable Democratic candidate for the 2028 presidency. And you know who wasn't on that list?
Him?
Thought Crockett.
Oh, for real?
Thought Crockett wasn't even on the list, bro. Gavin was on the list. He had like 5%.
They didn't put Jasmine Crockett on the list.
She didn't make the list. They polled the electorate, and everybody said no.
You know, but she don't realize that the only reason why Kamala face was out there was for a gimmick anyway. It was for a vote grab. That's it.
Yeah. And again, you can't talk to me about unelected officials and unelected millionaires and billionaires doing things in the government where they literally strong-armed President Biden out of the seat.
Poor man.
He was like, I can beat him. I beat Medicare. And Donald said, I don't even think he knows what he said just now. It's a horrible joke. Fine. And listen, nobody voted in a primary for Kamala. Nobody did. They just said, this is who y'all got. And everybody ran with it. Then you take, can you explain this to me? Why Black people is taking advice from the king of comedy who came off the bench? Why are we taking any type of political advice from a dude with a GED and a radio show?
Hold on, wait. Who we talking about?
D.L. Hughley. See, people don't realize that there were 4 kings of comedy. There was Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, Bernie Mac, and Guy Torry.
And did you say Joe Torry?
No, Guy Torry.
No, Guy is the little brother.
Correct.
Guy Torrey?
Guy Torrey was the original fourth king of comedy
For
on that tour, and he dropped out. And
I did not know that.
And then they added DL Hughley. So you're not even an original king. You came off the bench, bro. Like Spinderella from Salt and Pepper is not the original Spinderella, but she the Spinderella we know. That's all I'm saying to you. So, like, I'm not taking advice to somebody who just, got there after the hard work was done. Oh, wait, that's why you're a Democrat. You show up after the hard work is done. I get it. But y'all keep taking it. What did Malcolm X tell y'all about taking advice from comedians and trumpet players? Oh, okay, yeah, not to do it. Cool.
I got a question for you, bro.
Sure.
And first of all, thank you so much for joining me in the live stream today, man. I'm sure that my followers are thoroughly enjoying you today. How do you feel about Black folk believing that if you don't vote Democrat, then you don't have love for the Black community?
My question to Black people is this: how well do you know your history? Because if you actually knew your history, and there have been several accounts, eyewitness accounts, firsthand accounts of people saying that LBJ referred to the Civil Rights Act as the N-word bill. Yeah, I'm gonna sign that N-word bill. He told Martin Luther King, yeah, I got your I'm gonna sign your civil rights bill, but you're gonna have to hold me to it. And he also said that I'm gonna have these N-words voting Democrat for the next 200 years. Now, statistically, before that bill was signed, 74% of Black adults were married to other Black adults across the board. We were the most skilled. We were the most married. We were the tightest knit community. Not saying we did not have.
That's what Byron Donalds was talking about.
That's exactly what he's talking about. Regardless of systemic oppression and racism, we had each other. And when you have each other, you don't need them. You're not seeking them out. But what they did was they ran a PR campaign that said, white is right, and if you're Black, get back. And the best way to break something up is to give them something better, or the perception of something that is better. So if you're telling me I'm not Black and you don't employ as many Black people as I do, bite me. If you're telling me I'm not Black and you've never sat down with 4 presidents like I have, bite me. If you are telling me that I'm not Black and you don't have a Black family that you take care of, bite me. I don't want to hear your opinions about anything, especially when you have to answer to a boss. If you have all this mouth for me, but you got to go ask your boss if you can go to your kid's recital because you have the PTO, but you got to get it approved by another grown-ass man, we are not the same. We are not peers. I am Black because I am Black. I am Black because I got a Black mama and a Black daddy. I got a Black wife and Black daughters. I've been Black. And so my whole thing is, if you're not doing if you can't point to one person who can say, because you stepped into their life, their business is better, their life is better, they've been able to feed their family better, they've been able to systematize their businesses, we are not the same. So we can't have that conversation. If you have not taken a politician from being a state rep to the president of the city council in your city, from financial contributions and campaigning for them, you can't tell me nothing about being Black, because the president of the city council in Philadelphia is a Black man named Kenyatta Johnson, and I've been rocking with him for 15 years of his political career. What have you done? Have you created any supplemental programs for Black boys in order to get them the education that they're not getting from 9 to 5 while you go work that dead-end job where you're asking for a raise in minimum wage but not a raise in maximum skill? No? Bite me. End of discussion. And by the way, who's the person I can point to whose life has been made better by my contributions to it? He's sitting on the screen with me. His name is Van Hall Sr. Get to know him. Ask him. Ask him. So you can't come for my Black when nothing you do is Black. You don't even have an account at a Black bank. You think supporting a Black business is going to take place on one-day boycotts because you don't even understand how boycotts and group economics work. So I invite you to bite me.
Brother,
I ain't Black, but you voting for somebody who literally said he didn't want his kids growing up in a racial jungle
at all.
He said white kids, poor kids can learn just as well as white kids can. as if the majority of poor people in this country aren't white to begin with. But he the racist. He's your guy. Oh, because he hung out with Obama, bought him bagels and coffee, and then became the vice president. After what, 5-6 failed runs at the presidency? Oh, okay, cool. Oh yeah, and by the way, he literally he could have chose Stacey Abrams, who's undeniably black. But you know who he chose? He chose comma top cop Kamala. You want to know
Top
why?
cop.
Because again, y'all love DEI so much, he gave y'all a DEI hire, and y'all can't tell me anything she did. She literally sat down and said, we've been to the border. We've been to the border. Have you been to the border? Well, I haven't been to Europe either.
I haven't been
And
to Europe.
Y'all let her ride on that. She literally told y'all, let him eat cake. And y'all let her ride on that. And you want to talk about my blackness? Show me the receipt to how many politicians you donated to. Not went and did this in a voting booth, but actually wrote a check for. Because everybody else understands that politics is business. That's why lobbies work. That's why they can put all this nonsense in our food that RFK is trying to get out right now. But again, y'all want to have that conversation.
Hold on, we can't talk about RFK. Apparently, RFK is in the middle of a ding-a-ling scandal. Yeah, apparently he has been sending ding-a-ling pics and videos to somebody for the last couple of years. I ain't got no issue with that. That's between him and his wife. I'm gonna keep it a buck when it comes to stuff like that, because that's all over the internet right now. And that's like the new scandal that Candace Owens is on top of it. Once Candace get her fingertips on something,
it's over.
It's done. It's done. You might as well forget about it, man. Cancel Christmas. But that's what he's dealing with right now.
But Van,
yes,
I'm sorry. Isn't he a Kennedy?
Isn't who a candidate?
Kennedy.
Yes, he's a Kennedy, and the ladies love the Kennedys.
This is nothing new. I don't care. I don't care. So my whole thing is, this is as ridiculous as when Newt Gingrich was talking about how deplorable Bill Clinton was when Newt Gingrich had 3-4 holes on the side.
You know what's wild? They will make a big old stink about a heterosexual man flirting with a heterosexual woman. But let RFK step into his truth and become a woman tomorrow, or they will celebrate him
immediately.
Let him come out and say he identifies as Regina Kennedy and not Robert. Oh,
Regina Fiona Kennedy Jr.
Regina Kennedy Jr. Yes, they will love him. Let him say that he cutting off his ding-a-ling so he can make America healthy again. They will absolutely love that guy, man. They will give him all, like, they will bow down to his feet.
Yeah, because again, all we got to do is give you theatrics while you're not paying attention. Like, street dudes understand this play. If I'm distracted, it's misdirection. I'm over here doing the real stuff you're not paying attention to, the stuff I don't want you to see. So I'm going to give you a scandal so you can pay attention to what a white multimillionaire man whose grandfather was a bootlegger of alcohol and turned that money, flipped that dope money, for lack of a better term, into one of the greatest political dynasties in American history. And you're worried about what he does with his wang. Again, if you're not feeding, freaking, or financing me, I don't care. This is nonsensical. Should you be faithful? Absolutely. You know, should he be dealing with his wife on that? Absolutely. But I ain't his wife. And I don't care.
Man, I like to stay out of people's bedrooms, man. I mean, if they doing stuff with children, then I want their ass dealt with.
Under the jail.
I want them dealt with. Like, I don't deal with that at all. Gina Clegg says, Dave, dude, call her Sonny. We ain't smart enough to pronounce Ascension.
But the phonetics, though, the phonetics was top tier on that. But no, she cosplaying like she black too. She only black when it's convenient. That's why I call her Ascension. Yeah.
Oh, but absolutely. She got some her family was slaveholders. Since the illegals aren't picking our food anymore, what's your thoughts on maybe our kids being able to use this opportunity to learn and make money? When I was 16, I could bag at a grocery store, but now you have to be 19.
That's a sin and a shame. Like, my dad had a corner store when I was a kid, and he built it on a cop's salary. Of course, it was the 80s, so the economics was different then. But yeah, he'd leave me in that store for 4 hours by myself, having to figure it out, having to give people exact change. Wasn't no computers, just me and the cash register.
Yep, doing math.
Yeah, that's how it goes. You gotta, we coddle our kids, we helicopter over our kids, and the majority of our kids don't have autism. So the excuse is we're trying to be softer parents. We want to do a better job than what our parents did for us. No,
Today's parents are gay. I'm sorry. They are though.
yeah, we want to try a different style of parenting. We want to helicopter them. And when your kid gets his ass whooped, and when your kid realizes that they're not special to anybody else in the real world, and the only thing that matters to everybody else is your input and your output, then people are going to wind up realizing that that's why your kid has to stay home until they're 26. Y'all did this. And then you complain about the fact that your kids are, oh, the kids are on the screens too much. They're on the screens too much. iPhone, iPad, iPod, iPad. I don't understand how you can complain about your kids. Huh? Van,
I knew something slick was coming. The iPay. I like that.
I don't understand how you can be complaining about your kid's drug addiction when you their pusher. You bought all this stuff. You know your kids ain't got no job because your baby's special. Your baby is a miraculous child from Krypton that was here imbued with the powers of the sun in order to provide truth, justice in the American way. Unfortunately, your kid ain't got no cape and can't fly and is not bulletproof. And your kid's gonna find out. So yeah, no, I'm good.
Good morning, LFR family. Love you all. Shout out to Nanny's take on the world, Michelle. Hey, what's going on, Michelle? And also Sergeant Sweet Tea and Gina and Agent Jeremy, Red Cup with Mika and American Man. Thank y'all so much for the super chat, man. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. All right, brother. Who exactly is Dave Anderson? And
wow.
I mean, because okay, these individuals, shout out to the LFR family. Everybody's listening to you right now, and they not only recognize how intelligent you are and how locked in you are to all of these different personalities that we mentioned so far, and what's going on in the world, but you're very quick-witted and funny too, man. But who is Dave Anderson, man? Has anybody ever asked you that on a platform, bro?
A couple of people have, but they didn't ask it like you asked it. So thank you for that. Listen, I'm a father, I'm a husband. I started my career in broadcasting and entertainment, retired at 34, and at the ripe old age of 47, have been blessed to not have to punch a clock except for the one that my wife says I have to be someplace, and then I go, and then my kid says we got a daddy-daughter date, and then I go.
I know that much.
Listen, immediately. I ain't got no, look, I got all the smoke for everybody in here. Everybody in the comments. As soon as I step out this room, bruh, I don't run nothing. This is the only place I run. This right here. The other 90% of the house.
Hold on, before you move forward with that, I have to say this, man. You know, people, there's a whole section of YouTube, subsection of YouTube, who consider men like yourself and I that handle business the way we do, and we give that type of credence and respect to our family. They call us simps, man. Like, you supposed to put your foot down. You supposed to, they move to your drum.
Let me explain something to you. And I'm not going to sit here on this platform and say that I got it all figured out. I'm not going to sit up here on this platform and act like, everything in my life is perfect, because it ain't. But there's a lot more perfect than there is imperfect. The thing that I will say is the ability for me to come in here and do this, the ability for me to write 22 books, the ability for me to go out and speak all over, the ability for me to sit down and coach amazing people like you to untold success comes off the back of my wife running this household and taking care of my children. This is a partnership. This is a collaboration. Ain't no bosses here. I did not get into business or get into this marriage to have an employee. I got into this because I fell in love with somebody who was above and beyond any and everybody else. And that doesn't mean that I don't hold my own nuts. It doesn't mean that I don't have a dynamic in my home. What it means is I respect my wife, and I'm not going to act like that's such a horrible thing. And again, people on the internet just like thought, Crockett, where's your spouse? Where your wife at? Oh, but you got 4 baby mamas and I'm a simp? Okay. So you a simp for child support? You a simp for not pulling out? You a simp for not giving your children consistent last names in a household where they all can live together? Cool. It's just different styles of simping, I guess. I'll be a simp for Janae every week, every day of the week. Because when I can't figure this out or when I'm frustrated, she the one that tells me to get up and make it happen. She the one that puts the battery in my back. She's the one that nurses me back to health when I'm sick. So no, I'm good. And by the way, I know what it is to be a child of divorce, you know, because that was the thing in the 80s and the 90s. Something go wrong, you just bounce out.
You just bolt.
Nah.
Go get you
You know
another
what I'm
family.
saying? Listen, we gonna be up in here bucking, but we up in here together. You know, and I know this the same for your wife, bro. Like at the end of the day.
Oh, mine a beast.
Listen,
my wife is a beast, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, let me tell you something, bro. And what's your wife name again?
Janae.
Janae. Shout out to Janae, man. My wife is a beast. I tell my daughters this, my 19-year-old daughter Gravy and my 27-year-old daughter Naya. I said, if you do things right, trust me, you're going to have an amazing life and you will still be able to call the shots as the wife because you got your man who's your soldier. He'll protect you. He'll get out there. He'll grind. He'll do everything. He'll make sure that you are okay. But a real man know the power of his woman. A real man know what his lady bring to the table. She ain't even got to say what she bring to the table. No. She ain't got to only make sandwiches or pop a little ass every now and again. Nah, man. Women, a real woman, a real queen of a house. Shit, man.
Yeah, I've never asked my wife what she brings to the table. It's obvious. You know what I'm saying? And to me, like it's corny. And I think that we got to start realizing that the noise you hear on the internet is just noise on the internet. And again, I didn't give out any weight loss advice until I lost over 300 pounds.
Because I'm sorry, what?
I said I didn't give out any weight loss advice until I lost over 300 pounds. So,
but you,
I was a slack-jawed North American big back, bro. I had a 72-inch waist. I was 561 pounds at my heaviest. I'm 245 right now.
Did you say 72-inch waist?
72-inch waist, yes, sir. Yeah, bro.
You was 2 of me, carried a 1. You was,
bro. That's the problem. I couldn't carry the 1. And that's the thing, like black people kill me, bro. Like we gotta have an honest conversation. People like, oh, well, diabetes runs in my family, and high blood pressure runs in my family. No, diabetes is in your family. High blood pressure is in your family because nobody in your family runs.
Yes, nobody's running.
Ain't nobody running.
25 people ain't running no more. They running from the cops. they running out the damn window after smashing somebody's girl, or.
Oh, somebody said stand. Oh, now they want the Kendrick can.
See, he ain't lying. They thought you still had that 500 on you. He ain't lying.
Listen. This is an XL Fruit of the Loom sweatsuit. That's it.
I would stand up too, but I'm usually naked under my sweat hood. Since I ain't got to stand up, I just wear a hoodie, and everything else is just out, free balling.
Yeah, no, bro. See, your wife does not watch this show, huh? My wife watched this show, bro.
Now, hold on. My wife don't watch the show, but what my wife does, she will listen through the vents. My wife listens through the vents.
Through the vents?
She listens through the vents. Probably, I heard you downstairs talking about how Trump is a good president. Well, then if Trump's such a good president, then why is everybody so upset? I said, everybody ain't upset. Just you and the rest of these other Democrats. Ain't nobody else upset.
How does that work? How are you in a house with a tree-hugging liberal wife and you're conservative?
Because we're able to communicate. Here's one thing that happened to my family, and I have to say this. I sat down with my family one time, and because my daughter was upset with me, she's in the HBCU, she's feeling her. I mean, she's everything that they're saying is coming down to her. Everything's black and black and black. And I just had to sit down with my family, and I said, if we can't communicate with one another about any and everything, even if we disagree, then that's some suck ass shit. I think sucker sugar honey iced tea. I said we need to be stronger than that.
Yep.
A family that breaks apart because we have differences of opinion or we vote different, that is a weak family, and we don't have a weak family. So we should be able to sit here, have our discussions. You should be able to tell me that you love Kamala and you love Michelle and all them, and I should be able to tell you that I love Trump, and we should be able to laugh and kiki and go eat together and still love on each other like we family. And guess what we do? We do exactly that. We will have our debates in the living room, and at first, when all this stuff was happening and everybody was not talking to their sisters and brothers no more, not talking to their friends no more, man, please. I'm like, if you are that weak and you want to be in my circle, you're going to have to daggone man up or woman up, because if you're that touched and you're that sensitive and you're going to throw me under the bus because I voted for Trump, then guess what? I don't need you around me at all. I need you to have my back whether I voted for you or not. I'm voting for my interests. I'm voting for my family's interests. The Democrats, they want to get rid of the guns. They want to defund the police. I want to protect my family.
That's it.
I want to protect my family. I want freedom of speech. Democrats wanted to shut us up on every single platform.
Absolutely. Just because you don't agree. And then they want to talk about threats to democracy. Bro, like that's insane to me, right? Because I tell this to people all the time. Do I think police need sensitivity training? Absolutely. Do I think that you should not be policing in a neighborhood you don't live in? Absolutely not. I think that there are changes that can be made in order to make policing more humane. Certainly. Do I think you should be having psych evals every 3 months? Absolutely. And you got to pass them things. It's like, I think if you're over 50, you ought to be taking a road test every time you renew your driver's license. You want to know why? Because that keeps people safer. But the truth of the matter is,
they put must drive with glasses if I gotta do mine all over again. I'd be like,
bro, listen, we go to the eye doctor, find out my wife had cataracts, got to get her cataracts removed. My wife is in her late 40s, and we was like, wait, what? And the doctor was like, yeah, I just took out a 28-year-old's cataracts. So yeah. No wonder my wife couldn't drive at night. I thought she liked the way I drive. I thought she just wanted to be a passenger princess. No, she can't see. my wife, I don't even think my wife know what I look like, bro. Listen, she used to grab my wrist all the time. Now I know why. She was Ray Charles in me the whole time.
Wow.
Because to this day, she grabbed me. Now I lost weight. My wife is a tiny woman. She grabbed my wrist and was like, "Oh, look, like I can wrap my fingers around your wrist. You got tiny arms now." I'm like, "Yeah, that's why you think I'm sexy. It's not the face, it's the wrist. My wife is Ray Charles in me." Listen, there's nothing wrong with family values. There is nothing wrong with making things make sense. And my whole thing is, you don't win in an echo chamber. You win by having diametrically opposed views and then finding common ground in the middle. The exchange of ideas is what this country was built on. The founding fathers were slave-owning rich white men who fought an entire war and funded an entire war over a 4% income tax. 4%. Do you know what I would do if all I had to pay was a 4% income tax? Bro, I'd be out here thotting it up like Jasmine Crockett right now.
Bro, why you say thotting it up, man? We don't know anybody that smashed that. We definitely don't know nobody that's married to that, but we don't know anybody.
Behavior, man. Thought behavior. Thoughts are making skits on Instagram with Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl halftime audio. Thought behavior. Cussing after the president addresses a joint session of Congress. That's thought behavior. Telling Elon Musk to F off at a press conference. Thought behavior. No, your wife don't talk like that in public.
My wife's the ultimate professional. She wants everybody to feel comfortable around her.
Seen and heard and respected.
Yeah, she's not going to do that. Not in public. Jasmine Crockett is playing a role. She's cosplaying, like you said before, so that she can appease her base, her black and gay base, and silly ass racist white liberals who would bow down to any black person that say, "I'm victimized by you. You need to apologize. Your people enslaved us, and I'm still hurt from it. I want reparations."
Listen, now, if there are any well-meaning, tree-hugging liberal white people that just want to give some money, listen, I just go ahead and I just put my link in the I put my link in my bio. You can feel free to make an appointment and write me a check. If you just, I mean, if your white guilt is just too much, and you just want a good black person to give you, I'll take your white guilt money. I ain't got no problem with that.
Hey, Dave, I have to ask you this, man.
Yeah,
First
man.
of all, I want to let y'all know this. Dave is one of my mentors. He's one of my coaches. And y'all know that I coach now. I coach people now. And so does Dave. He coached people as far as creating businesses, getting their businesses set up, getting them some eyes and getting them some money. You in business to get some to get paid. This brother shows you how to do all that. I show people how to get likes, follows, and retweets. You know what I mean, through social media. But in that same vein, if you wouldn't mind telling people what you do for people when you coach them, how does that work exactly?
Yeah, sure. The thing that people don't understand is most entrepreneurs or people who are setting out on an entrepreneurship journey, they're experts at what they do. They're not experts at communicating that to their audience. They don't know who their ideal client is. They don't understand the steps it takes in order to be successful from a financial standpoint in business. They don't know how to convey a message that's going to get people excited. They don't know how to cultivate their audience. And so we go over all of that. And then I walk you through the creative process of making that happen. The other part of that is spending 30 years in the media has allowed me a phenomenal uh, group of relationships that I can then leverage to help people get more media. When you have more media, you have more credibility. And that's the thing. When you don't have credibility yourself, the object of the game is to get credibility from people who already have it. So you get a little bit of credibility osmosis. Or my man is dope. We rock with my man, so we're gonna rock with you because my man says you good. Just like you're doing with me right now, just like I'm doing with you. It's a reciprocal type of situation, and most people don't do that, and so they wind up talking to people who aren't their ideal clients, who do not have the money or the resources, and do not have a desire to have the products and services that they offer. And so we try to get real clear on that. The other thing is, most people are grossly undercharging for what they bring to the table. And so I teach them the importance of making real money, in that the Kia dealership ain't missing no money, but Kia is not competing with Maserati.
Right.
You know, so you can either be the Kia or you can be the Maserati. It's too many Kias. They don't a whole lot of Maseratis on the road.
Right.
And so you got to find the unique selling proposition in order to position yourself as the Maserati of whatever it is that you do. And aside from that, I help you get clear on the fact that you do deserve to be here, that you're not in a position where you're any less special than the people who have built, you know, super duper corporations or have eked out a living. And for me, that is the most satisfying thing about what I do, being able to show somebody that you don't need to be dependent on the government and have another 15,000 studies on why we should have a meeting about whether or not we should send an email about having reparations, when you can repair your home, you can repair your community, you can repair your finances by doubling down on what makes you great. And so that's what I do in a nutshell.
Let's go. Let's go, man. And if people need to get in contact with you and I guess hire you, if they want to look more into what you're talking about, how can they do that?
Yeah, you can go to thebusinessbully.com/without paid ads, because I show you how to get more money, attract more of an audience, build out your brand without paid ads. And then on all my social medias, you can shoot me a DM with the word coach, and we can rock and roll, man, because I'm looking for people who want to make a difference, invest in themselves, and build towards their future, bro. And like, I think what you're doing right now is absolutely incredible, man. Showing people how they can make money on YouTube. And like, there's a woman right now making $250,000 teaching people how to needlepoint. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a 12-year-old reviewing other people's toys, making 30 million a year, all off of YouTube.
Facts.
Like
That is
so,
facts.
the whole, oh, everybody's holding me back. No, the only person that's holding you back is the punk ass in the mirror. Listen to what Van is telling you when it comes to this YouTube game, man, because this man is he's a Spangali when it comes to this, bro. I'm not a YouTube guru. I ain't even going front. That ain't my lane. I ain't the YouTube bully.
Hold on, don't write no checks that my ass can't cash, bro. I'm not a I'm not a guru when it comes to this stuff. I just honestly,
Says the man with a million subscribers.
This is how I look at it, Dave.
Mhm.
I feel like if you're on page 5, then you can possibly help somebody out that's on page 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's how I look at it. And I've been putting in years of this YouTube stuff, and I'm just helping people out that's not currently on the same chapter or in the same page or in the same book that I'm in. You know what I mean? I had to read a whole bunch of books and hire coaches. You were one of them. You showed me a lot. And now I'm just showing people how to do the same thing. So I'm just taking that information and passing it on to other people. But I'm far, guys. I am far from a guru, but I do know some things. It's an ad that I play that got Righteous Perspective, Linda B, Chat With Me, Linda B, Red Dawn Daily, Lee J, and some others. And on that ad is some real official content creators now. And when we met, their channels, that one of them had 2 subscribers, bro. 2 subscribers. Now they are all cooking, getting paid very well, interviewing politicians. Like they're way more organized than I am. They're coaching other people. They have editors. They're doing it all, man. And I can't be. I'm extremely grateful of the opportunity that God provided me with. Also, guys, before we move forward, I know I didn't say this because it's almost 11:30. I have to say this, and I should have said this earlier. Please put in the chat one thing that you're grateful for. If it's God's grace and His mercy, put that in the chat. If it's the roof over your head, put in the chat. Your significant other having their health and smiling at you, or just having another day to get it right. You know, waking up on this side of heaven, and you know you're breathing by yourself without any apparatuses. Put that in the chat, man, because I think it's important that we start our day off with at least gratitude or some positive affirmations, even if it's not connected to God and the Bible and Jesus and all those other things. Because if anything, it would keep us in a peaceful mindset that if we come across somebody that wants to, you know, knock us off of our pivot, that's just negative and they didn't get their way in the past election, so they want to piss you off too. You know what I mean? You're even killed. You're fine. I've already prayed already. I'm good. I realize how blessed I already am. It's nothing that you can do or say to me that will make me crash out like Jasmine Crockett, who don't believe that there's going to be any consequences and repercussions for how she's been acting as of late. So make sure y'all do that, man. God is absolutely a phenomenal, brother. Dave.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for being on the call, man. I'm gonna need you to. They absolutely appreciate you. I think I said probably like 5 words this entire live stream, and it's all because of you. And they appreciated every bit of it. If y'all have any questions for Dave, please let me know. I can put them up on the screen.
Yeah.
You got anything else for the people, my brother?
Yeah, man. The one thing that I would say is I'm happy that you're here. I love the LFR family. You guys are really dialed in and tuned in, and I really appreciate just being able to, you know, hang out with y'all and go back and forth. The other thing that I want to say to you is if you're on the fence about either building your business or starting to grow your YouTube channel, listen, we're 2 Black men out here, you know, living our best Black American lives. And we want to help you live your best life, whatever that is. And my thing to you is if we can do it, you can do it. It's just a matter of believing in yourself and having the right system. Anything is possible if you got the right system. I ain't saying I'm Gordon Ramsay, but I got a couple of his cookbooks, and I feel like my beef Wellington is what that is. I add a little bit more seasoning. Now, if you're Gavin Newsom, you are incredibly unseasoning. I don't care how much salt you put on that thing. I don't care, if you just you got some garlic powder, but it's possible. And I need us to open ourselves up to possibilities a lot more than what we do. And for me, I want you to understand that I'm still figuring things out. I am still growing. I feel like if you know everything, you don't know anything. And I want you to understand that the people who are learning are the people who are growing. And if you want to learn and grow with people who care about you, you could do a lot worse than these two Negroes.
You most certainly can. You most certainly can, bro.
I mean, because there's Jasmine Crockett. That's all I'm saying. You could do a lot worse.
Jasmine Crockett, man, I swear to goodness. Honestly, I want to see her do great things, but I do believe that she has potential to Tulsi Gabbard. I think since she's still young, she's in her early 40s, probably like 41, 42. I think she has some chance. She has time to realize what's really going on, and to recognize that she's on the wrong side. I mean, by the wrong side, I'm not saying that she's on the Democrat side and that's the wrong side. I'm not saying that at all, because I don't believe that one side or the other is considered to be the best side. I really don't trust politicians as far as I can throw them, and I'm not that strong. You know what I mean? I probably choke the hell out of them, but I can't throw them. But I will say this: Tulsi Gabbard had enough time to realize some things need to be corrected, and now she's on this side. RFK, the same thing. And you should have a difference of opinion. If you're always riding in the same direction, and Trump can do no wrong, you're wrong. If Elon can do no wrong, you're wrong, man.
Right.
I'm sorry. If your favorite politician can do no wrong, even if they do, you're wrong. You're not looking at life properly, in my opinion. You're giving people a pass. They should have to earn that. We voted for these people. We should hold them accountable. We should still love on them and believe that what we voted for will come to fruition. But at the same time, if they do something that we feel like is against what we would like for them to do, or represents us poorly, then we need to hold their feet to the fire, in my opinion.
I'm gonna tell you this. I did not know. You just educated me, Van. I did not realize that Jasmine Crockett was a decorated war hero who cooked Kamala at a debate. I didn't know that she had that. I stand
She
corrected.
did?
Well, I mean, you said she was a Tulsi. I was just trying to understand, like.
I'm saying she has potential to be a Tulsi. You saw what Tulsi did, but I'm just saying, okay, Tulsi Gabbard is a decorated war hero.
Yes.
Jasmine Crockett is not, but she has the potential to really walk the path correctly and not pander so damn much, man. She has the ear of the people. So now that she have the ear of the people, she can course correct. You know what I mean? She can actually tell them some things that her father used to teach her when he was a pastor. You know, when she was actually locked into having a relationship with God. Now she's just doing whatever pays the bills, man, and that's unfortunate. So, you know what I mean? If she gonna do that, then Jasmine Crockett, at least send me one of them videos of you pouring some milk on your feet in slow motion.
Your wife is not watching this show.
OnlyFans Crockett.
No, we're not doing this. I do want to say something, because you made a very valid point, and I want to educate the LFR family on something that I think is extremely important and apropos to this conversation. The average oak tree produces in a season about anywhere from 50 to 500,000 acorns. Inside each of those acorns is the potential to be a great and mighty oak tree itself. 99.8% of those acorns are going to wind up in the stomachs of either deer or squirrels. And while every acorn has the potential to be a mighty oak, 95 to 99% of them are going to wind up squirrel shit. I give you Jasmine Crockett. My name's Dave Anderson. You can follow me on all social media platforms at The Business Bully. I have loved being here today. Ben, you okay? You all right, bro? Bro,
I thought you was about to say something uplifting about Jasmine Crockett.
I did.
No, you said that she is the sugar honey iced tea that comes from an acorn. What the heck?
You said
I am
potential.
always trying to show this young lady some love, man. And if it's not Mika give me a hard time, as you know what I mean? It's like I think she has potential to do some great things. And
I again put
hold on. Look at what Cuz says. He said, anytime you're real and defending yourself, it's ghetto. Let me tell you something. Ain't sugar honey iced tea about what you're seeing from Jasmine Crockett real. She's not real, and she's not defending herself. There's nothing to defend. Nobody's going after her. Everything she says, she volunteers. Everything. Nobody's attacking Jasmine Crockett. Please let me know one video that's out there where somebody is just attacking. Even this video, we're talking about something that she says she is attacking Byron Donalds. She's attacking Byron Donald and his wife. If you're real and you're defending yourself, you must be young. Yeah, you're young.
Not only is he young, like,
you all right, baby.
Bro, first of all, you need a new do-rag because that little cowlick you got in the middle of your lineup needs to be fixed. That's one. Two, you over here, bro, like you look like you took third place in a drag queen Prince lookalike contest. I would calm that down for you start coming for grown folks. Salvage wave. What have you salvaged? Your hairline? Not really. That mall chain you got around your neck, or that that Burlington Coat Factory, Ralph Lauren off-brand t-shirts you got? Bro, calm that down. Calm that down, sir. This here ain't what you want. I'm an old school player. I will wash you, sir.
What's your website against again?
www.thebusinessbully.com/without paid ads. Gonna come over here with your soul glow half perm. What's wrong with you? Just let it shine through. Feeling all so silky smooth. Go get your activator, little boy. Anytime you defend. Name another nationally elected politician that got on a press conference and started telling people to F off. Don't worry, I'll wait. I know this requires research, and the only thing you've ever researched is how to use sporting waves and a do-rag to manufacture that half-breed perm you got. But please find me where that's happened.
Salvage wave, brother. I'm not talking about it. He said AARP. He called you old.
See, this is the problem.
He called us both old.
No, but see, this is the problem with having accuracy. This is the problem with what happens when some women should have just swallowed. The problem with this young man, the problem with this young man is that he doesn't realize that AARP does not let people in until they're 50. We're still in our 40s. But again, I don't expect somebody with a public school education, probably in a dilapidated area, to understand the importance of learning how to count.
Time out, man. Did you just now say this brother's mother should have swallowed him?
No, I just said some people should have been swallowed. I didn't say his mama. I don't know his mama. Because for all I know, he could have came from a test tube. Like, he could have been an experiment. I know nothing about him.
Baby.
I know nothing about him other than the fact that he's about as nutty as hooker spit. So I can't really speak to any of that, man, for being accurate. AARP is the best he could come up with. I mean, at least come up with an insult that applies. You're going to call me fat? I wear an extra large. I was fat like 3 years ago. That would have really burned me up, bro. But like, I ain't got but one chin. You can't even grow a beard. That little soul patch you got. You look like Anthony Hamilton in the face and Prince around the eyeballs. Go on somewhere, little boy. If you do identify as a boy, I can't even tell. Like, do you tape your breast down at night, ma'am? I'm trying to understand. False teeth. All of these are mine. I'll give you $10,000 if you could pull up my dental records and show me which one of these teeth are false.
That was a compliment.
I can't help it that I brush and you probably
are missing. Compliment.
His teeth his side teeth missing. He looked like the type. He looked like a recovering meth addict.
Enough of that, goddaggy. You're not gonna go in on my salvage.
He grew up in a salvage yard. He probably Fred Sanford III.
Let me tell you something. I'm appreciative that Salvage watched our live stream, man. Thank you so much for pulling up, Salvage. Make sure you're here later on for On Point with Van and Mika. We supposed to be getting it in around 1:30, 1:15, 1:30, something like that. He called you donkey teeth.
Donkey teeth? Your mama's built like
he's
Shrek.
Young, man. He got young. You know.
Your mama's built like Shrek. And anybody who's got $20 and a chicken wing box can get a private dance from Twerkle's your mama.
Bro, you really gonna go in on my daggone people, man?
No, here's the thing, bro. Listen, you know what? I was just telling this to my wife and I are big fans of the Final Destination movie franchise, specifically Tony Todd, who famously played Candyman. And the one thing I love about Candyman in and of himself is, unlike Freddy Krueger, unlike Michael Myers, unlike Jason Voorhees, Candyman only destroys you when you keep his name in your mouth. And at that point, he tells you, be my victim. He asked to be victimized, man. And then when I victimize him, you're telling me that I'm wrong for what he called for. I bet you he probably outside right now, Jasmine Crockett's office, hoping he can get a whiff of that wig scent. That's what he wants. He wants some of that wig whiff. I get it. He's a fan.
Guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Y'all have been absolutely amazing. This is the Dave Anderson, the business bully, my coach. And I look forward to y'all reaching out to me for YouTube coaching and reaching out to him for business coaching. That has been all we have for today. I got to get into my YouTube course. Y'all see I got MJ pulling up. I got Michelle here. Rue is not pulled up on her screen, so I'm not going to pull her up. But we about to go and get it in. Dave, thank you so much, my brother.
Thank you for having me, bro. Love you,
guys.
Man.
I will see you guys on the next one. And also, check out my ad that's about to run right now. Look at the people who are on it. These people are kicking butt. If you want some YouTube help, reach out to me with the word coach. And don't forget to visit Dave Anderson's website that we showed you earlier, okay? Love y'all, man. Y'all have an amazing day. And I will see y'all later on for On Point with Van and Mika, and later on for another wild live stream. You never know who's going to be on there. See you later, guys. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.